Questions on approval of the proposed tentative budget for the fiscal year ending 2024. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed?
No.
Motion carries 4-1.
The multi-million-dollar budget includes several highlights. Perhaps the biggest one is the increase in teacher pay.
It will make Fayette County Public Schools the first district in Kentucky to have a starting teacher salary above $50,000.
Board Chair Tyler Murphy says this raise applies to everyone, but the pay scale is based on years of service. He says the average pay raise will be 8% with a minimum raise of 4%.
We want to send a strong message that if we value our public schools, we have to value the folks who make the work we do possible. That's how we protect and expand public education.
Murphy says hourly employees would get a raise too. The budget would allow it to go up to a minimum of $16.17 per hour. Also included are a $1.5 million investment in fine arts, $8.5 million investment in new positions that'll provide direct services for students, and $4 million for school-based grants, among other things.
As schools are looking at their programming and different opportunities they want to pursue unique to the needs of their students, we're tapping into some district resources to make those opportunities possible.
Murphy says this budget aligns with the district's A New Way Forward plan.
And we want to send a clear message to our community that we listen, we hear their concerns, and we know the value that they place in public education. And so we want to put those dollars back into our classrooms.
Mariah Condito, WKYT.